Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always, it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me along my journey so far, and if you're new to the channel, then please make sure you hit the bell notification and the subscription button right now so that you can stay up to date with all future content. Well now, on to the show. Okay, here we go. It is time for another whiskey review video. I apologize, it has been some time since my last video. I have been a little bit busy at the moment, and I have also been a little bit unmotivated as well. So I've been taking a little bit of time for myself, but rest assured I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just going to probably be releasing content at a little bit more of a slower rate at the moment. But say we will get back into the regular flow of things, and more whiskey reviews will be coming your way. But for today, I'm going to be reviewing this. This is the Rollins Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey. Apparently it's a limited edition. What that means, I don't know. There's plenty of this available, so how limited it is, I really do not know. So this has been maple charcoal filtered, aged 7 years. So being that this is I guess a charcoal filtered whiskey distilled in Tennessee, automatically we're going to assume that this is going to be quite similar to Jack Daniels, and I don't need to assume, I'll tell you, it is essentially like Jack Daniels. But let's get into the actual review and let's see what we get. So cheers. This is also bottled at 40% ABV or 80 proof, if you prefer the US terminology. So on the nose, let's see what we get. So cheers. The nose is quite sweet, very corn forward, also a lot of vanilla and oak. So this has been matured in American oak, so you will expect a lot of vanilla, caramel, little bit of black pepper, freshly squeezed orange juice, like a sweet orange, cinnamon, cloves, bit of honey. I have to say the nose on this is very enjoyable. It does have a really nice balance of aroma. Nothing is too overpowering, but everything just comes in as it needs to, and the aromas just play very well with each other. Let's move on to the palate and see what we get. So unfortunately here on the palate, this is where it falls a little bit flat. I mean, you've got a 40% ABV, so unfortunately that's already a little bit of a downside in terms of mouthfeel. Very thin, very watery, not much going on in that department there. Though the flavor does pick up a little bit, so again, quite sweet. Vanilla, caramel, more of the pepper, so quite a bit of the profile that I have gotten from the nose follows through onto the palate, with the exception that I am also getting a bit more cherry notes, dark chocolate. You will start to notice a little bit more of the barrel char coming through as well. It has a little bit of a smoky edge, so there is more coming through to this, but for me, I kind of feel where the letdown is that you do have all this flavor coming through, but it is still not an amazing whiskey. I think for the price point, there's so much more you can get for better value. I mean, things like Wild Turkey, Buffalo Trace, things like that are definitely going to be, for the same price, a better quality whiskey that you could buy. Having said that, also, I mean, this is the 7-year-old Rollins. They also have a non-age statement blended whiskey, which I believe is also a Tennessee, which I believe is also a sour mash, which goes for about $25 to $30 cheaper. And from memory, I haven't reviewed it. I think I will have to go back, buy another bottle and do a review of it. But from memory, there is next to no difference between this and the younger, cheaper version. So for me, I just feel that I am not getting really anything extra for my money. I mean, it is a perfectly enjoyable sipping whiskey, but again, there's just no extra value to it. There are whiskeys that you can get of a higher quality that are cheaper or at the same price point as well. So I don't think that this is something that I'm going to be returning to. Let's see, moving along to the finish, again, quite sweet, very corny. I'm also starting to pick up a little bit of what could be rye. Whether there's any rye in this mash bill, I am not too sure. But considering that it's a bourbon, there is a chance that there is a little bit of rye in there. So I am getting a little bit of that minty rye note. Again, barrel char, vanilla, and caramel. So you do have a pretty decent balance of flavors from start to end. Like I said, it's not a horrible whiskey, but it's also nothing amazing. I think this is something that is definitely much better suited for, I guess, for cocktails. I've made some pretty decent highballs from this, which, as you can see, that's pretty much where more than half of the bottle has gone so far. I would also like to maybe experiment with maybe even making some Manhattans or old fashions. I think it is definitely a whiskey that is better suited for, I guess, basic cocktail mixes. It's something that you're not going to be too concerned whether you're mixing it with other things or whatnot, especially if you are a whiskey purist that doesn't like to mix your whiskeys too much. If you're wanting something a bit more on the budget end, then this is something that you could go for, and it will cover both bases, something to sip neat or something to mix with. So it does have a little bit of versatility there. But that's all I really have to say about this. I'm not going to blabber on too much more. My name is Andrew, and I will see you all again on the next video. KIPPIS. Oh, you're still here. Well, why not consider continuing on with some more content and subscribing? I'll see you next time. Bye bye.